Tonight, COVID-19 hits the Twin Ports. Douglas County confirms their first case, how it got here, and what's being done to prevent its spread. And as many businesses start feeling the pain from the outbreak, we're taking a look at how child care facilities continue providing a critical need.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Tonight we're learning new details about the first confirmed case of COVID-19 in Douglas County. Health officials say the patient likely contracted the virus while traveling in the U.S. to a state with known cases. They say the individual developed symptoms like coughing and a fever within a few days of returning. Then they saw a doctor. A lab test came back positive overnight Friday. Officials say tonight the person is at home and doing well. This first case did not come as a surprise to the county, as officials say they were prepared. County health officials say it's important to remember where exactly an infected person lives does not matter. Officials are urging people to keep self-distancing as the best weapon in fighting the spread.
People are so mobile. This person wasn't only within a 1-block radius of their home. They were shopping, they were traveling, they were out and about throughout the entire county, not necessarily in their community.
This news comes less than 24 hours after we learned a Bayfield High School student tested positive for COVID-19. We do want to clarify, only Bayfield School District families who have had close contact with that ill student are asked to isolate for 14 days. District officials originally said all Bayfield School District families with a high school student should isolate. Well, these are the first 2 cases in northwest Wisconsin, but as of today, 3 people in the southern part of the state have died, and the cases only continue to climb. Updated numbers released today from Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers has a state with 206 positive COVID-19 cases. There have also been more than 3,400 negative cases. This is a jump of more than 50 positive cases of coronavirus in just one day, which state health officials tell us is because of it being community spread. While governors in states like Illinois and California have issued statewide lockdowns to slow the spread, Governor Evers isn't ready to do that yet.
I believe that we'll be able to avoid that. People in the state of Wisconsin are taking this seriously. We continue to encourage them to stay at home.
State health officials believe the number of those infected in Wisconsin will be in the thousands in the coming weeks, and federal emergency supplies will not be enough to meet the dramatic increase. Well, let's take a look at the number of cases around the region. As mentioned, Wisconsin now has 206 with 3 deaths. Minnesota had their largest single-day jump so far and now has 115 cases reported. Michigan stands at 549 cases and 3 deaths. Well, the coronavirus has been confirmed in Douglas County. There are no confirmed cases in Minnesota's Arrowhead region. There's more than 274,000 cases worldwide, and the number of deaths has risen to more than 11,000 with 90,000 recoveries. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz gave an update on the latest efforts by the state to slow the spread of coronavirus. He says the State Department of Health has tested about 4,000 people, but they are struggling to find the supplies to run the tests. He added the Mayo Clinic in Rochester has ramped up production of those tests, which will be made available soon. State officials say they are seeing the virus be community spread, so people should assume the virus is in every county in the state, even if it's not. Walz says they are working on finding more testing supplies, along with protective gear for healthcare workers and first responders, but he says Minnesotans need to do their part.
I can't stress again enough that the measures that each individual listening can do are really the front line and the most effective thing we can do to flatten that curve and stop COVID-19 from having the impact on our country that would be devastating.
Walz says at this time it is not necessary, but he will order Minnesotans to shelter in place if it becomes needed. The deadline for filing federal income taxes has been pushed 3 months, all the way to July 15th. The original deadline was April 15th. The U.S. Treasury Secretary says all taxpayers and businesses will have this additional time to file and make payments without interest or penalties. He expects this move will leave $300 billion in the economy at a critical time. The state of Minnesota is also intending to extend the deadline for filing state taxes to July 15th, matching the feds. All right, let's turn to the weather now with Dave. Dave, decent amount of sunshine out there for a lot of us today.
Yeah, after parts of our region shook off the snow this morning, we'll take a look at a chart of how much fell in a little bit. But right now, we'll show you a live local look at what's happening in Jacobson, which is on the road to Hill City. I probably haven't traveled this stretch since 1993, but that's a different adventure for a different tale to tell someday. Right now, the tale told by the sky in that neck of the woods is it's blue thanks to high pressure coming aboard. So that brought us the sunshine, yes, but will also help us cool down tonight. So we take a look at the upper Midwest weather scene. Higher pressure sliding in from the north will hold a new low at bay for at least today. Sunday might be a little bit on the wet side once again. Saturday should be sunny. Sunday, that next chance of mix comes aboard. So as we take a look at our forecast here for the weekend, tonight we get to be clear and cool with a low near 5 above in the Twin Ports. Could be 10 below for some towns inland. We'll tell you who's who in a bit. Saturday, sunny and partly cloudy, high near 30. Sunday, cloudy again, 40% chance for a mix. Will it last past Sunday? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast coming up later on here in the newscast.
Thanks, Dave. Well, many businesses are feeling lost from the growing pandemic. That includes child care facilities, which are essential for parents to continue working. CBS 3's Jesse Slater brings us to a daycare impacted by all the measures taken.
The coronavirus is taking its toll on businesses as Minnesota's governor shut down restaurants, bars, and other facilities. At this time, child care centers are still open, but not thriving.
Due to the pandemic, many parents have lost their jobs, which means we have lost 8 families now.
April Westman, owner of Auntie's Child Care, says the decline of families attending daycare so far is totaling to more than $3,200 a month in financial losses.
Well, the space is our income, and if we don't have income, some businesses may not survive this.
For the dozens of families that rely on Aunties for services, the thought of a potential shutdown is overwhelming.
I provide health insurance for my family through my job, and I would have to stop working to be able to take care of the kids.
And for Auntie's lead preschool room teacher, who also has a child at the daycare, it would be a double loss.
I wouldn't have a job, and I wouldn't have child care, which means I have no way to pay my bills. It would be devastating.
In a time where many are losing their jobs, some have offered child care to families in need. Westman stresses that's illegal.
This is a problem because we have licensed, able providers who want children in their care and need children in their care right now.
The daycare center taking extra precaution when it comes to cleaning and monitoring kids.
We are taking children's temperatures at the door starting on Monday, and anybody who has any symptoms of any sort of illness just wouldn't be allowed in right now.
Westman says child care is the backbone of society as it allows parents to work and provide. She hopes to fill the spaces with children who need quality child care before the business loses everything.
The entrance of this pandemic, it has just devastated us.
Westman says she has available spots for infants, toddlers, and preschool-aged children. She's also asking people to write to their local lawmakers asking for financial assistance for daycare centers. If you are in need of child care, you can find a link to Aunties on our website. The number of unemployed Minnesotans is now up to 95,000, according to new numbers released today by state leaders. About 1/3 of those who have applied for unemployment work for restaurants and bars closed due to the outbreak. State leaders say they're continuing to look for ways to help those who do not qualify for unemployment. As of 5 o'clock tonight, all of Wisconsin's hair and nail salons, tattoo parlors, and tanning salons were ordered to close. It's another step Wisconsin's governor is taking to close businesses to slow the spread of COVID-19. They now join bars, restaurants, schools, and other gathering places. The governor did not say when these businesses would be allowed to reopen. Impacts are being felt across the Northland, including small businesses in rural areas. Pequon Inn, a restaurant and bar about 30 miles from Duluth, is among those hit extra hard. They've had to close their doors. However, they still continue to sell gas and limited groceries. The owners laid out just how bad business has been.
We don't have a big clientele of customers here, so we're not set up to do takeout. So it's almost 3 days now, and our total income for those 3 days has been $18. So it's very difficult for us. We have utility bills to pay.
Owners Nancy and Scott Peterson urged those who wish to stop by for groceries or off-sale liquor to call ahead first. Meanwhile, some Duluth City councilors are proposing a major delay in the plastic bag fee start date. Councilor Eric Forsman, Derek Medved, and Renee Van Nett want the 5-cent fee that was supposed to start April 1st to be pushed back to January 1st of next year. Councilor Forsman says grocery stores are overwhelmed trying to keep their shelves stocked and stores clean. The council will vote on the proposal Monday. So many people are working from home that computer and tech businesses around here are being inundated with calls and customers. CBS 3's Emma Quinn explains what one local company is doing up against the measures.
Those at Discover PC in Superior tell me they've been extra busy the past couple weeks with people needing certain equipment and computers while they now start working at home. Travis Elm from Discover PC says many of the calls they first started getting were people who didn't own computers. Others needed to purchase printers or other gear in order to work effectively from home. Discover PC employees have been working their normal hours, but say the amount of computers they've needed to prepare for customers has increased.
The biggest thing is, do you have a computer at home? Some people have tablets, some people have cell phones, but they need something that they need to type on. They need to be able to work with. So, is it a desktop they need? Is it a laptop that they need?
There have been a lot more reports of slower internet speeds across the area. That's because of so many more people working at home and you having to use those speeds. Also, people who are using streaming services like Netflix and Hulu for more hours of the day.
In Duluth, people who receive free or reduced lunch can also qualify for free or reduced price internet. It's a resource city officials say is available to HUD-assisted residents. You can find more info on our website. And for all the latest coronavirus-related coverage and closings, stick with CBS 3 right here on your television, online, and on social media. Just click the coronavirus tab on our website. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, college students are being forced to move out of their dorms early. What they're worried about, coming up.
Normal high temp is 36. Today we only made 27. Now that low pressure system is leaving, a cool down is coming, already started. By tomorrow morning, some towns below zero. We'll talk about who's going to get that coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
If you're just coming out of high school, it's actually a really good opportunity to get into the aviation field. There's a lot of learning opportunity here, especially since we only work on one aircraft type, and then we do tuition reimbursement and stuff like that. There's a lot of opportunity.
Your work is your name. You live by it. At Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment, we take our name, our work, just as seriously. John Deere excavators, skid steers, and loaders have the compact agility and big-time ability you need to finish the job. Comfortable, affordable, and backed by a 2-year, 2,000-hour full machine warranty. Standard. In-person service calls and parts delivery keep you work ready. Our techs are highly trained and incredibly knowledgeable. Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment. We make sure the work lives up to your name.
Essentia Health is offering an assessment for COVID-19 at no cost. If you are feeling ill, please stay home and begin an e-visit at essentiahealth.org/COVID-19.
I protect this house every time I step on the ice. J3 Insurance protects my house, my family, and everything important to me 24/7. Visit or call J3 Insurance today and protect what matters to you.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
I don't believe there's another meteorologist. in this area. He has the experience and years that Dave has. His experience, that's something that's really special to CBS3.
He worked his way up from janitor up to a weather guy.
He's just like this bastion of knowledge.
Get to know Dave Anderson weekday nights on Live Local CBS3.
So whose show is this anyway?
Y'all feeling all the feels?
We beat the bullies.
Can I be a part of your family? Yeah! Do you like chocolate?
Yeah, I mean, like takes care of your soul.
And your butt if you're wanting to grow?
Stop shoveling snow and watch Kelly Clarkson.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on Live Local CBS3.
I applied here to begin with because I had just gotten out of the Navy. I seen an ad that they were hiring, and 2 weeks later, I was working here. If you're willing to work and learn, you can accelerate so fast. The sky's the limit here. I mean, it is incredible.
I hope it won't be too inconvenient if we stay with you for a few days.
Stay here. You're so lucky because the Obamas just checked out this morning.
Where's your massage table?
Our kitchen table has a hole in it. She could probably fit her face in there. Oh, my God! I see they found the guest quarters.
Broke, premiering Thursday, April 2nd on CBS.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, here's a look at some of the snow totals from that system we had from Wednesday night through early this morning. 2 zones received more snow than other places, and that would be, of course, the snow belt and then northern Minnesota from the Iron Ranges towards border country. Guile took the cake here today, 6.5 inches, while Lutsen, 3.5, not so bad. Running down the list here to Leonidas at 2 inches straight up just outside of Eveleth to about 1.5 inches towards Big Fall. Well, we get a break from precip here tonight and tomorrow. Could return again as early as Sunday, though, and we'll talk about that and a cool down wedged in between coming up in just a bit. Right now we have the current conditions from the airport in Duluth. It's 26 above. Relative humidity is awfully dry now at 30%. Wind northerly 8 miles per hour. That'll help chill things down. Clear sky above. Northerly wind at the surface means single digits for a lot of us by tomorrow morning and below 0 towards the Iron Ranges. Air pressure, that's going way up, 1,035 millibars. This high pressure cell will give us a blue sky at least through a portion of Saturday before by Sunday we start to cloud up again. Current temps range from 18 in Watersmeet to 22 in Ironwood, 24 to 28 from Ashland to Hayward, 29 right now in Superior, 30 for Moose Lake. North Shore numbers go from 19 up to Gunflint to 27 in Silver Bay. Two Harbors not too far behind. Hibbing area, 24. Grand Rapids, 26. Border country, 23 degrees from International Falls through Orr towards Crane Lake, Tower Sedan, and Ely. Lows tonight, though, like I mentioned, could go towards 10 below for International Falls and single digits above 0 for many of the rest of us. So a little bit chilly here to start our weekend. Doppler map right now shows clearing sky from that high pressure advancing here. And that's chasing away the snow showers and the snows of lake effect variety that they got in the snow belt last night and in through this morning. Calming down now and likely will stay calm through Saturday as that Arctic high pressure system digs into the middle part of the United States. Calm, sunny, and cool, at least for Saturday. And perhaps only Saturday, because already by Sunday, fresh low pressure from the west bubbles up towards us, brings back a 40% chance for a mix. That's on Sunday, a 30% chance on Monday, and then if not the tail end of this low, a fresh one coming aboard from the Pacific Northwest could keep this mix chance going through midweek. But it looks like each and every day only has a chance for little bits of snow and rain rather than big amounts like Guile saw earlier this morning. What are people going to see if they look at their thermometers tomorrow morning? Well, again, they could see 10 below around International Falls, 8 below towards Hibbing. And then for the rest of Minnesota, 2 to 6 above, clear and cool. For Wisconsin and Michigan, clear and cool there as well, 1 to 6 above for the low temps. Then tomorrow afternoon, high temps will run 31 to 35 degrees. The normal is 36, so just missed it by that much, as Get Smart used to say. Tomorrow in Minnesota, high temps run, I think, 28 to 33 degrees, so that's a little bit shy of normal. Well, we go towards normal and a little bit warmer perhaps on Sunday, and then we also get that 40% chance for the mix. It's a 30% chance for flurries Monday, Tony, then 40 to 70% chances for another round of mixes Tuesday and Wednesday. Finally, by next Thursday and Friday, calm conditions and high temps in the 40s with overnight lows below freezing could make it a good time to get out and tap some maple trees for the annual maple syrup season.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, today, all College of St. Scholastica students had to move out of their dorms. Like most schools, all their classes have been moved online, and students were told to head home due to COVID-19. Freshman Derek Schomert tells us having his classes online will be difficult, but when it comes to everyone's health, he says it all makes sense.
I think so. I think it's what you have to do, you know. College is secondary. I think throughout this, you realize what's important. You realize, you know, family and your well-being is important, and, you know, your livelihood.
He also said he's worried about whether he would be getting a refund for his room and board costs and the challenges of doing his music courses online. Neil Viersba is in next with sports. Stay tuned.
I don't like bullies, and I don't like you.
Star Trek Voyager.
Find heroes and icons only on My 9.
I don't like bullies, and I don't like you.
Star Trek Voyager.
Find heroes and icons only on My 9.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's happiest moments when everyone has a spot. Even Spot. Save 25% plus 12-month special financing during the customer appreciation sale at Schneiderman's Furniture.
The wait is finally over. Special spring bonus savings are back at your Northland Ford dealers. For a limited time, you can get an extra $1,000 in spring bonus cash on a new built Ford Tough truck. Power through the toughest jobs with a Super Duty, or haul more than ever with an F-150. And see why F-Series have been America's best-selling trucks 43 years straight. Now with an extra $1,000 in spring bonus cash, lease an F-150 for just $299 a month. Hurry into your local Northland Ford dealer today.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. By the time you graduate from college, the outlook for careers in STEM is bright.
But more than that, a career in STEM is rewarding. You get to use your brain in so many different ways, learning skills to solve big problems.
And the world needs you.
Get a better education.
Have a better career. Enjoy a better future.
Understanding the world begins with the right questions.
Do you trust Kim Jong-un?
Doesn't the blame reside with Jewel? Is it now our top terrorist threat?
With the right people.
So you have forgiven?
I have now.
Right here.
Check this out.
More news.
I'm Tony DeCoppel with CBS News.
More original reporting.
It puts everything in perspective. We are on a mission with NASA.
Every morning on CBS This Morning.
We're going to begin with breaking news.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
Wherever we have to go.
We've just flown along the coastline.
Whatever we have to do.
Tonight, police were throwing the first rounds of tear gas.
Every evening, we are focused.
This is the main highway to the hardest hit areas.
On finding and telling the truth.
How does that hamper or hurt our national security?
Even among the ashes, you can see the signs of deforestation.
And earning your trust.
You traveled the whole way with your son?
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's outrageous moments. More room for the king of the castle. Find better sleep with Tempur-Pedic. Get $300 sleep cash and special financing until 2026. Only at Schneiderman Sleep.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
With an abrupt end to the UMD men's hockey run, we close the chapter on the season that was. UMD play-by-play announcer Zach Schneider takes us through the top 3 moments from this past season.
Anytime you watch UMD play North Dakota, whether it's as a media member or as a fan, I think those always stick out. the energy in the building when North Dakota's in town is always fun. Probably be seeing Hunter Shepard and Nick Wolf and Jade Miller and Jared Hilderman on senior night. Those guys got, I think, the loudest ovation I've ever heard on senior night. They certainly deserve it. And to see them get the recognition, I'm glad the season didn't end before senior night, because that was an important night for those guys.
Should they score? Nick Wolf!
To see them culminate their career.
I'm Jared Hilderman. I'm from Kamsack, Saskatchewan.
Even though it was ended a little bit early, culminate their career with that kind of response from the fans was pretty cool. Top moment for me as a play-by-play guy was, I think, the same as it would be for a lot of the fans and maybe even the players, and that's Hunter Shepard's spectacular save turning into Tanner Laderoux's spectacular goal.
Ward going to the net. Ward a shot, and what a save by Hunter Shepard! And now the other way, it's Laderoux for UMD to the back, and he scores!
That's unlike any sequence, I think, that I've ever not only called in my broadcast career, but seen live. The offseason is going to be interesting. Nick Wolf has already signed his professional deal. We knew he was going to be gone, being a senior. We've got to find a way to replace Hunter Shepard in goal, which is going to be no easy task. And then you've got a couple guys who are going to get their opportunities to leave early and go play in the pros, and I'm sure those guys had their process kind of flipped on its head. No matter who's here, the expectations have been set with this program. The community doesn't expect anything less, I think, based on who's gone. They're going to expect the same great things of the team that's here next year.
In front of him, gives to Richards, he scores! What a nice play!
In the NFL, the Vikings continue to lose key members on the defensive side of the ball. This time it's defensive end Everson Griffin. Griffin said goodbye to the team and fans via a post from his Instagram account. Griffin's agent, Brian Murphy, later confirmed that they had broken off talks with the Vikings. The four-time Pro Bowler registered 8 sacks as well as 41 tackles in 15 games of action in 2019. Griffin wasn't the only one to move on from Minnesota on Friday. Safety Andrew Sendejo has joined new Browns head coach and former Vikings offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland on a 1-year deal. Sendejo had stints with the Eagles and Vikings last season, registering 3 interceptions in 15 games played. Now, that's all for sports. I'll send things back to you, Tony.
All right, thanks, Neil. And we'll turn things over to Dave for a quick look at weather. Dave, some sunshine today, sticking around for the weekend, huh?
Well, I think it will for Saturday, Tony. We're looking at a high temp of 30. That's cooler than normal. Normal is 36. Tomorrow morning could be a bit brisk. Many towns with single digits above 0 for the lows. Iron Range towns could go 7 to 10 below, but then it does start to warm up by Sunday. It also clouds up, and we get a fresh chance for another round of rain and snow mixes similar to the one we just shook off earlier this morning. 40% shot on Sunday, falls to just a 30% chance for flurries on Monday, but picks up 40 to 70% payoff odds Tuesday and Wednesday before in turn going away and letting things settle down and perhaps even warm up a little bit. By this time next week, it could be 45, Tony, which should feel awfully nice.
All right, thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.